Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. I need to mount this valve. This is the shower. This is the hot water side, this is the cold water side, that's the shower head, and that's the tub fill. There are two lines coming up through the floor, and they're 8 inches on center to center. So I need to make two elbows come out here so that they line up 8 inches center to center. So I took two short pieces of tubing that I just happened to have laying around. These were cut off pieces from where I put the valves in, and I stuck these on there, and I measured, and with those I was at 7 1/4, 7 to center. So I measured these. They're 1 1/8 inches. I needed 3/4 of an inch more. That means 3/8 on a side. So I'm going to make two short pieces 1.5 inches long. To make that happen, just use this copper tubing cutter. Line the wheel up with a mark. Yep, we're set. And I just crank it around. Take it about a turn. Well, actually, it's about a 1/4 turn each time I make a revolution. You can go more than that, but you run the risk of compressing the end of the tube. Don't want to do that. Easier to go slow. End up where you want to be. Always good to double check your measurements. Measure twice, cut once. There. Now, put those in. Stick my elbows on and see just how close it came. I'll turn it up like that's a little easier, actually. Cool. I'm 1/8 of an inch narrow. It's close enough for pipe. I've got to run a pipe that long, I can easily bend that back and forth. Now, I mark these. So I put them together again, just like that, when I solder them. Okay. Left side. Right side. That loosens these up. keep them separated so that I have them go back together like they're supposed to. There. I set this over here out of the way. Out of danger. Now these should tighten down just about the same orientation. I can take them, with pipe you can run them down a little bit. You don't want to tighten them and then back them off. You want to take them up to tight. Because if you tighten them and then back them off, what you've done is, since this is a tapered thread, you've compressed the male part and stretched the female part so that when you back it off it's a little bit loose. So you always want to just take it right down to tight. There's my marks, just like that. Now, first thing I got to do is I got to clean these fittings. I had a problem when I soldered this valve. This side sealed up just fine, no problems at all. This side just would not seal. So I took it apart, cleaned it, and tried it again. It still would not seal. There's something on the inside of this valve that just made it so that I couldn't get solder to stick. So I ended up taking this valve out and replacing it. So I have to make sure that when I put this in there, that I have absolutely clean, ready to go. I had to make an adjustment. Because the old tub was a 30-inch tub and the new tub is a 31-inch tub, the center line on the overflow on the old tub was at 14.5 inches. The center line on the new tub is at 15.5 inches. Now the pipes coming up through the floor are 8 inches apart, but I wanted to move this valve over so that it would be centered on the new tub. So I needed to have this side 1 inch longer than that side. So I cut this piece 1 inch long, cut this piece 2 inches long. That leaves an inch in between the two fittings. Comes out to exactly 8 inches center to center. When I solder these together, my valve will be centered on the new tub. And it will still line up with the old copper tubing coming up through the holes in the floor, so I don't have to make any funny bends or kinks in it. A lot of fiddling. Because this has got a bypass on the spout, you pull up on a little plunger and it shuts off the water going out the spout and puts it up the shower head. The pipe between the valve body and the tub spout must be a minimum of 1/2 inch diameter copper. That's what this is. And a straight drop no less than 8 inches, but no more than 18. Okay, that's easy enough done. No more than 8 inches. So, no less than 8 inches. So if I go from here and put a 9-inch cutoff piece on there, that'll make it, because these the copper tubing goes up inside that pipe, inside this pipe. So to get my proper distance, I have to cut my tube off at 9 inches long. There we go. Now it's the way it's supposed to be. No more than 13. So going from the center line of the valve, I'm at 12 inches. Going from the bottom of the valve, I'm at 10. So I'm well within the 8 to 13 spec, either way you look at it. Would be nice. Would be nice if they had some reference points. Oh, they do. Center line. So cool. I'm right where I want to be. 13 inches center to 12 inches center line to end. Awesome. Now, I have the upper to come up with. This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the US or 16 in the European Union, without the express written permission of the parents or legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.